we beginning? Hi. Hello and welcome to Lady Arcader's Out of Bounds Toronto, as we were just introduced by our fantastic founder, Metroid Crime. I'm Zokubun, and I get the pleasure of being your first host for our first run, which, you know what, I feel like it's a bit of a hot summer. We want to have a little escape. So how about we escape from the city with Sonic Origins, Sonic 1, and Amy Run by ShinobuFujiko. Shinobu, take it away.
Hello there. I'm ShinobuFujiko. You can just call me Shinobu. This is actually my first time doing a run at any kind of event, so I'm very new to all this. Hope you guys all enjoy it. I'm basically just doing a straight through run of Sonic 1, playing as Amy. No glitches or anything like that. So if we want to go ahead and get started, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good luck. So actually, Shinobu, I'd like to ask, this is Sonic Origins.
Correct.
But in the original game, you could only play as Sonic, is that correct?
Yep.
So with Sonic Origins, that allows you to play as other characters, including, I saw Knuckles, Tails, Amy, Sonic, who, you know, we're peeking out of the game. We actually have Sonic sitting right next to you.
Yep.
Because of that. And so, ridiculously silly question, I know. Why Amy?
Really and truly, I just always liked her as a character, ever since Sonic CD.
Fair.
Back when I played it on PC when, 93? So, you know, it's just something I've always appreciated as a character design and everything.
And does Amy have like any special attack in this game, or does she just go fast with Sonic? She's also a hedgehog, right?
Yeah, the big difference is she does, if you double jump, she basically does a hammer attack, which gives her a bigger hitbox for attacking.
That's true. Amy's squeaky hammer is iconic.
Yep, and then if you land on it, you get like a small little boost that does damage.
You are speeding through this quickly. Holy crap. I mean, I recognize we are doing a speedrun event, but wow,
Yeah.
You're already on past stage 2, act 2 of like 3 acts in Green Hill.
Yeah, you can barely tell I just started doing this, like 2, maybe 3 months ago?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all still very new. Still learning.
So if you just picked this up 3 months ago, and of course, if I'm distracting you, feel free to tell me to stop.
Now you're fine.
So what made you decide to start picking this up as a speaking?
It's always been one of my favorite games, and honestly, it's one of my favorite in the series. It's, unlike the later games, Sonic 1 is more of a standard platformer with speed, while the later games become more speed focused. But this was also one of my very first games.
So there's a nostalgia factor in this.
Oh yeah. So it's definitely one I've had the most time properly playing. The only exception being maybe Ninja Turtles on the NES.
Also a classic.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the big thing with Sonic Origins is they're all based on the mobile ports by Christian Whitehead and Headcanon and all them. So they're actually remade in the Retro Engine.
Oh.
So they're full-on remakes, really and truly.
And do you feel like it's smoother than like when you played the original?
Oh yeah.
Back to play?
Yeah. Though you do miss out on not having the CRT. That does make a big difference. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm playing with the option for the Sonic 3 shields.
Oh.
Which, you know, gives you the elements, so, like, I have the fire shield now, so I'd be able to walk down the lava.
Very useful. That's like the main thing I noticed about Marvel, honestly, and I think it's probably the main thing most people do.
Yep. Yeah, for me, it's Marble's most memorable for the music.
So speaking of the music, what would be your favorite track in the game?
Oh, easily Marble. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, one of the things you can do is you can jump up a little early and get a damage boost onto the ledge. It's very hit or miss for me. And then we'll also try and use that on Act 3 of Marble as well. But yeah, like the big thing with Sonic 1 versus like the later games is you'll notice Green Hill is more speed focused, Marble's more platformer, Spring Yard again speed with some platforming elements, and it basically goes through all three. And then the later games you notice you don't really have to do much in line pushing blocks around, at least until 3D games.
I'm sorry, I'm just like mind blown at how you just jumped right into that lava. And I get it, it's for speed, but...
Yep. Yeah, damage boost basically.
The cautious player in me is like, no, those rings! Give me back my rings! Speaking of...
That one always gets me. I'm sorry, did I say Act 3 earlier? I meant Act 2, and I lost my shield, so that's gonna affect it. Yep, didn't get up there.
Are those cycles some of the hardest?
For me they are, but that's because I always had issues with like frame timing and all that.
So I asked you earlier why you picked this up as a speed game. Now, what's your favorite part about this as a speed game?
That's a tough one. That's one I never really thought. I think a lot of it is just that I dive with the music so much.
It is the music, and you're right. Marvel's got some nice beats going on. It's actually really chill considering it's a level full of fire.
I know, right? Sadly, like this part right here is one part you can't really speed through. And then at the end, if you miss the jump, you basically got to go all the way back to the platform here and re-push the block. And there's one other area like that, that's in Spring Yard. Act 3, I think it is. There's no real shortcut towards it in the beginning. Let's see if I do my usual slip up here. Fall all the way down. Yeah, if you fall on this part, you gotta go all the way back to the previous area. Alright. But yeah, Amy's additional hitbox really makes the bosses a little more simpler. But normally as Sonic, you can't jump high enough to hit him when he's all the way up.
Oh, that was such a smooth boss fight.
Yeah, it's one of my better ones.
Okay, and I feel like with the next with with this down, that's your favorite level. What's your least favorite level?
Probably the same for most people, Labyrinth though. Because, you know, the water.
I have been calling it anxiety music stage.
It's not wrong. And I apologize, but you guys will probably hear it.
It wouldn't be a Sonic run without it.
You're not wrong. Like they even referenced it at the Sonic Symphony when they had that here in Toronto.
Did they?
Yeah, I think that was February last year. Let's see how we're getting a hole. Perfect. And that's the other one, Sonic 1, it has a lot of little hidden shortcuts like that.
So if I can ask, when you play this casually,
Yeah.
like what kind of player are you? Because I find that when I played Sonic, I tended to get lost in like exploring all over.
For this one, it's been so long since I've done it casually that basically I just like to you know,
So
go
like
and do a little
shortcuts
here.
like the one that you sped through just now to get to the end of Act 1. Like I would never have found those. Because
Yeah. I remember as a kid I actually found that on accident.
Oh, nice.
And that was actually one of the first ones that really stuck with me. I'll be honest, I'm actually playing a little more carefully than I normally do.
Uh-huh.
Because normally I'm, you know, just trying to rush through and everything.
No, we're preserving the marathon safety experience. here.
Exactly. Exactly. Marathon safety. Flipped up there. Yeah, this is the one of the parts that you can't really speed through again, because you just gotta wait through the elevator. There's no upper path to go around it or anything. Alright. Let's try and stay on the upper path here. Nah, we're good. Alright. Ah. Lost my momentum there. Alright. Yeah, again, this is another boss that's really hard to do with Sonic, because you gotta wait for him to lower down with the spike. But Amy's extended hitbox makes it a lot simpler.
You are really making the case for Amy being the character to pick up when running this game.
A way to think of it is Amy is essentially easy mode,
I'll take easy mode.
right? There's nothing wrong with taking the easy route. Alright, here we are. Everyone's least favorite.
All right, and if you're watching us in chat, joining us from home, I'd love to see you all post about your favorite memories of this level.
Luckily, because we're using Sonic 3 shields, we have the bubble shield right now. So as long as we have this shield, we don't have to worry about running out of air. this shortcut here, if you miss this jump, you basically have to add almost a whole minute to the run. Because hitting that switch actually creates this platform here, which we're running across to the top part of the level.
My jaw just dropped when you said you lose a whole minute to missing that jump. Wow.
Or at least I do. The good news is this is the end of the first act, so we don't have to do this 4 more times, or 3 more times. Because for those who don't know, Scrap Brain Act 3 is actually Labyrinth Act 4.
You thought you could escape the labyrinth. You were wrong.
Exactly. And now this level we don't really have a bubble shield to work with, so this one we'll most likely hear the dreaded sound.
I love the little sprite changes though, from when you're getting pushed by the water current.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of character in these games. Alright, get ready for the sound. I may have planned that.
For what it's worth, when I asked chat for their favorite memories, they were all immediately sarcastic about this.
That's what I would hope.
There was definitely some screaming going on. I believe you're screaming emote specifically.
Oh my. Yeah, that seems to be a lot of people's favorites. Alright, so let's try and keep this bubble till the end of the level. Because if we lose it, then we're going to have a lightning shield at the end instead, and if you touch water with the lightning shield, it goes away. There we go. Some days I'll miss that spring, some days I hit it. More often than not, I go in the wrong direction. Getting the checkpoint for safety. Because without that checkpoint, if we die on this boss, then we gotta start the whole level over.
Alright, well, I believe in you. I also asked before we started this event, when you need to focus, and I believe we've hit that point just now. So chat, please send your energy to Shinobu.
Alright, we're good. Some days I get it through nice and clean like that, and other days I hit everything. Basically, if you hit one of the spikes that pop out, it drops you basically all the way down to the bottom of the area.
We take nice and clean, and you are still smoothly on pace. I do want to let you know, someone in chat said, my favorite Shinobu moment was when she said, let's see if I can beat Sonic 1 under an hour. And then she did it.
Yeah, that was actually probably my very first one. Nope, we screwed up there. Yeah, one of the problems with this port is, at least when playing with Amy, some of those more rounded curves on this level, you will just get stuck if you're rolling and basically lose all your momentum.
I know that was always my biggest problem with the Sonic games. I can't go fast.
Well, it's not so much about going fast, it's maintaining the momentum. Haha, first death.
Oof.
It was a dumb one at that.
Well, first stuff, like, in the 5th stage of the game is actually really good.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Hey.
Don't want the spring. There we go.
I have to say, I really like the music in Starlight.
Yeah, like I said, almost all the tracks are jams, in my opinion.
It just feels very... Like, I get it's the space zone, but it also feels very summery to me. Which, shoutouts to us doing this in the summer.
I messed up there. I was thinking of the wrong level. But I saved it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, actually, earlier. How do you keep that momentum?
Mainly just avoid getting hit and jumping when necessary. Though sometimes, at least in Origins, you can spin dash to regain it.
Oh. I'm sure much of chat is familiar with Sonic based off, you know, the reactions to Labyrinth earlier, but I am learning how to play Sonic better here. When Shinobu says gotta go fast, she means it. I am learning this, yes. You are getting a lot of love in chat.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, this is one of the more annoying bosses because you gotta basically either use Amy's hitbox or use these seesaws to get the height. Yep, definitely not doing this one well today. There we go.
This is still first try.
Alright, on to Scrap Brain.
Honestly, with how you're zooming through this, I would not have believed this is your first in-person event. You're killing it, Shinobu.
I'm trying. But yeah, now we're in the basically the final zone, but not actual final zone. Because final zone is actually where the final boss is. And this stage definitely has a lot of things that can crush you or send you to your doom.
They just want to give you a hug.
Then we got our Mega Man style disappearing platforms. Oh, that's a first. There we go. section.
Oh, you weren't kidding about things sending you to your doom.
Yep. Yeah, it's an easy level for me at least to mess up a lot on. There we go.
This is not OSHA compliant, says chat.
No, it is not. Still better than Death Star, though.
Wait, so it's just a stage that is Labyrinth Part 4?
Yep.
Act 4. Oh.
So basically, after we beat this level, we get sent to Labyrinth Act 4. Even though it's called Act 3 of Scrap Brain.
Okay, so definitely not OSHA compliant.
Alright, so this is this section here and the next are the ones I mainly do a lot of damage boosting to get through. Okay. Can I get it? Nope. If you hit the box, you bounce right up to the top and don't have to wait on these, but alright. Are we getting damage boost? Yep. There we go. Use those invisibility frames. Nope, we want to go down. Alright, who's ready to go back in the water?
All right, I want to see all those screaming emotes back in chat. And actually, if you're here in the crowd, feel free to make your best scream face, too.
Hit that big old button. Alright, made it to the lower path. And this is one level you want the lower path for, because it's actually the shorter cut. And we're gonna definitely hear the sound one more time. There's spike ball. And final zone time.
I appreciate the heads up on that.
Pure RNG time. So there's no real way to manipulate which of these pistons he's going to come up in or which ones come up. But the trick is to stay on that second one and you can more quickly react to it. So let's see, we got 6 hits left. 5. And I guessed wrong. Alright, we're halfway done with them. Three more hits. Two.
Chat is counting along with you. You can do it.
One more. Aw. I chose poorly. Alright. Then once we get to the end here, and time on fade. Fade out. So... and time.
GG.
Oh, dang. Well, there we go. Hmm, 28-minute real time, nice. So yeah, one of the things with the actual speedrun is when it does the counting at the end of the level, it basically pauses the timer while it's calculating the time bonus.
Oh, nice.
Because if you go quicker, it's a longer time bonus.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Also, you are solidly over 11 minutes under estimate. That's amazing, Shinobu.
There we go. That helps us get back on time.
We love speedrunners for that, but also we do love you for that. And you know what? You're getting a lot of love in chat, but for anyone who did not already know of you, hey, where can they find you? What would you like to shout out?
You can find me on Twitch, the name ShinobuFujiko, one word. I'm also on YouTube where I post videos regularly, weekly. As for shoutouts, I got a few. The first one I want to do is Kiara_TV. She's actually the one who got me streaming. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even have had met the next shoutout, Clockwork Ophelia. She's actually the one that actually talked me into submitting for this event. And I mean, a couple others. I mean, I want to thank my husband. He's fully supportive and helped me out and everything, and my whole community. I want to thank every single one of them for, making me feel welcome and comfortable.
Your community is absolutely turning out. And also shout out to supportive partners. Your husband's waving back there in the crowd, by the way, in case you didn't see that. But also, thank you so much for being our opening act, Shinobu. That was, again, you killed it.
Yeah, I fully agree with that.
And chat, in case you're anxious, don't go away. We've got some more fantastic games coming for you. So stick around as we head to our break screen. Robotnik, don't give us that try again. She did it. She did it. We'll be right back with some more wonderful games. Over. So, feel free to give us a follow. But also, again, you are watching Out of Bounds Toronto. This is our second annual in-person event here as part of Toronto Games Week. And we are so excited to be bringing 2 days of fantastic women and femmes playing video games for you. In this live 2-day event, Lady Arcaders is celebrating gaming through a variety of challenges, including speedruns and other exciting showcases. And you, if you are watching at home, can access the event schedule by typing !schedule in chat. Now, we do have a lot of content here on Lady Arcaders. We've been running for a couple of years now, including our annual charity event, Lady Arcaders, a Super Showcase. And coming up, we've got a video for you, our last event for you. That will be of Elite Spud doing Luigi and a stage of Luigi's Mansion blindfolded. Does that sound amazing to you? Because it sounds amazing to me. So get your stretches in, but also make sure you're going to want to see this, because Elite Spud was not able to see that. So get your stretches in, but keep your eyes peeled.